Yo, what up, world? It is Monday, April 6th, 9:02 a.m. We're going to do a new series. We got the weekly stand downs. Let's do the weekly stand ups. The thesis is locked. We're moving from engineer to entrepreneur, business owner, which is awesome. Fantastic business owners check in with themselves, the state of the business. But since we're a solopreneur, we got to do this solo. What better way than just to capture it on video? And why not fucking put it out into the world? Like, who really cares? What do we got to lose? Make a fool of yourself? So I got my bot here. My bot I call YBot. He's awesome. And we're just going to go through. I got some caffeine and I got a dream. Caffeine and a dream. Funny, my YBot was actually like, what are you doing? Don't do this, you idiot. You got so much shit to do. And I was like, there actually probably isn't a more important thing to do than to actually just tell the story of what we're doing as we do it, which is basically we want to build Y to support solopreneurs, entrepreneurs. There's no, I would say, higher order thing to do for for the people of this great country than to empower them to start their own business. We want everyone to be a business owner. That's how you basically take control of your life. And it's wonderful when you have your own business, but it's hard, right? Historically, there's like so much slop you got to get through. You got to like file stuff. You got to, you got to pay taxes. You got to send email. Anyway, I digress. But we landed on the solopreneurs, the entrepreneurs, creators, artists, basically N of one businesses, freelancers as the ICP. And given that that is me trying to figure this all out. I don't know how to freaking run a business. I've never run a business before. Kind of. I had a pizzeria. But in the digital age, things change. So we're building Y to do that. And so my YBot was like, dude, you got like a trillion things to do. What are you going to do? Go film a video? And I was like, hell yeah, you don't tell me what to do. I tell me what to do, right? So building up, we're going to call it the personal operating system. It's an operating system for your life, for your business. You can start to automate, get a lot of these manual processes running on autopilot. Look at my hair. I think my hair looks pretty good today. I don't know what I did to make it so like floofy like this, but anyway, here we go. My YBot, funnily enough, just pinged me with the status of test users and how they're using it. We'll get into that later. Okay, so my YBot said, I was like, here are the wins that I want to go over. So basically for me, these are the wins that I think are absolutely most important. One, successful Yap launch. So Yap being the voice front end. I don't have my phone on me. That was the voice journal I was building before. That basically you take the action button, it records your audio, transcribes it locally on device and sends it directly to your OpenClaw bot. That I want to launch for the OpenClaw ecosystem to generate some sort of hype, some buzz, some momentum. And it's a great product. All the people I've told about are like, hey, I want that. And so let's get that up and launched by the end of the week. I got Mackenzie I got to reach out to. Mackenzie's someone I met here at Versi on Friday who works for some startup in Canada that does like image generation, kind of like Midjourney. I forget what they were called. But they're hosting an OpenClaw event tomorrow. So I can be like, hey, you want to just like distribute this to people there? And he was like, yeah, I'm down. So I got to get that up and out. Get that launch going. Meta ads funnel working. I need that working on a stranger. I woke up this morning to see that I had spent like 70 cents for like 80 impressions, which is like no data whatsoever. So we're just going to need to like iterate on that. Maybe make a better ad, maybe spend more money, better targeting, all sorts of things on there as we learn to play this meta ad game. But basically, if we can validate that we can get one stranger, that's it, one stranger to fill out the funnel on the website and basically join the wait list, but book a call with me, like an onboarding call. And I put $75 on there. So it's to filter out those with no intent to pay. $75 is kind of a layup for how good of a technology this is. I often forget myself how freaking good this thing is. So I'll just always remember Bella. Shout out Bella. You're the goat. Oh, I have to follow up with Bella. We're going to have a call today. I'll do that after this as well. So we want to get that meta ad funnel working, which also means the landing page, which we're going to leave the funnel for now because you don't want to change all the variables at the same time. Test one variable at a time. Right now it does that ad land clicks. But the thing is that ad, a successful event on that ad is actually someone completing the funnel. So if the funnel itself sucks, but I guess we'll see the leads come in. So anyway, I digress. That's very high priority. We want to max out the test cohort. So this is something I didn't mention in the stand down yesterday. Maybe you can see how tired I was in that versus this morning. we got about 5 power users, which is pretty good out of about 10 people we like onboarded, and we didn't actually onboard any of them properly. Maybe even actually the number one goal for this week is to max out that test cohort. So we want to get up to 20 real power users. Insane. 10 power users is very good, but explain to these people how the hell they're supposed to use it. So we narrowed it on the ICP of solopreneurs, entrepreneurs. We want to basically further refine one group I'm very interested in actually is coaches, even coaches abroad. We have health coaches, life coaches, executive coaches, fitness coaches, although, you know, why not? Why would they not want their own AI to automate their operating system for their life? Maybe they would. Maybe fitness coaches are the wedge. Who knows? But I got a call with Amanda in 2 hours. I want to onboard her. She's down. Jessica tomorrow. She's down. It's my yoga instructor and my coach. So we go. We want to max out the test cohort. We want to show them what it's capable of doing, right? Bella used to send a proposal. It would take over an hour. Now it takes her 10 minutes. And her bot is the reason that she's able to do that because it organized her Google Drive and her Notion. All she had to do was talk to it, like literally like, hello, like with the voice, like what I'm doing right now, speaking, which is just like insane. Like the technology unlock that we've seen in the last, like, I don't know, couple months, years is ridiculous, but no one knows, right? No one knows. I'm going to hammer this home. I'm going to harp on it. We got the info product guys over here that sell PDFs for a lot of money. We got the SaaS products over here that sell the most amazing tech products of all time, ChatGPT, Claude, and they can barely charge $20 a month. And we're going to bring those two together, and we are going to see what happens. And we're doing it live because, like, fuck it, we don't know. I'm not some like info course whiz. I've never done this before. Never run a business before. I just taught myself how to code, vibe coding, you know. And so we go. So we want to max out the test cohort. The content engine is humming. That's me humming. This is a start. Fuck it. We're going to do weekly stand-up, weekly stand-down. This is a weekly stand-up. That's a big one. We got our editor in the Philippines, Johanna. Shout out Johanna. We got a manifesto type video dropping soon. We're going to cut that into 5 shorts, which is important. Just put those out. We'll have 5 versions with sound. 5 versions without sound, so we'll put the sound based on the platform's recommended song. We're just experimenting. We really want to grow the socials, and you know, if we can't move people, if we can't build an audience, then none of this really matters. And so that's where we landed on that. We got the content engine humming. Hell yeah. Weekly stand up and stand downs. We want to state wins and state intentions, state goals, and we want to show in public how we are building the system for solopreneurs as the ultimate solopreneur. Like, I need to be that guy. And, you know, it's crazy because I've never done it. And they would say like, oh, you've never booked a win before. And it's like, yeah, sorry, right? VCs and everyone's like, oh, like, what have you done? It's like, I don't know, nothing, just like a lot of fun projects. But I've been learning, right? I've been learning. And now that I kind of know, it's like, let's prove the thing as we build the thing. Like, is there a better story than that? I don't know. Am I delusional? I hope so. I better be fucking delusional because no one else is going to believe in me if I don't. Okay, so that was my dump. I was like, why bot? What am I missing? Like, what should I talk about in this video? And here's what I had to say. Here's the raw material and outline for the Monday stand-up. No script, just the architecture. The hook and the meta-narrative. I should probably have read the hook before I started. The scattered founder. Show the reality. You have an editor, a VC call, 15 active alpha users. We'll call it 10. A Stripe link you're terrified to send, and ADHD. All right, why bot? I don't need the diagnosis. I don't need you telling me I have ADHD. All right? We don't know what I got. I'm just special. How about that? You ever consider that? I'm just special. Yeah, think about it. But yeah, I got a call with Jordan at 3. It's pitch practice basically. So Jordan's the owner of Paco, the magic dog that I walk. And he's like, yeah, I'm down to help you with your pitch. And I'm like, woohoo, that's awesome. So I got to throw together some slides. What I'm thinking is, you know that meme of the Turkish guy at the Olympics who's shooting the gun? So I'm going to do that with the like Asian chick above who's got all the gear. And I'll put like all the different SaaSes on there, like Gmail, Notion, Google Drive, Slack, Linear, all of them. And then the Turkish guy who's just like, watch out, gang. That's going to be me. That's going to be why. And you know how we do. So I'm going to put that on the deck. I think it's really funny. But I got to ask like what the narrative is, right? Because I kind of have an ICP. I kind of have a product. I have demonstrated willingness to pay. And now I just need to demonstrate that the distribution engine's there. And we could raise money. I would love to not raise money, but this is an insanely technical product. We're going to be going forward deployed model. We're going to be just like onboarding people. We're going to be learning what the pain points are. We're going to be throwing engineers at it. We're going to say, all right, we'll fix it. And yeah, so pretty cool. Did I just prove I have ADHD? Nah. The system, okay. Introduce the Monday stand up / Sunday stand down rhythm. Did we introduce that? Yeah, this isn't just content. It's dog fooding the exact product we are building for solopreneurs. So the idea is that we're going to have everyone fucking do this. Okay? This is the way. If you are going to run a business, you better have a fucking stand up with yourself and a stand down with yourself at the end of the week. And the bots are here to support that. That is the point of this all. And we're going to do so in public, and we're going to show that we're figuring it out. And we want to start a movement. We want all the solopreneurs to be doing this. Check it with yourself. Build in public. Fuck it. Burn the boats. Be embarrassed. What else are you going to do with your time on this earth? Do this. So yeah, you know what? I'm fired up. I love this. I'm glad I had this idea. I don't know where it came from. Okay. So, the thesis, the prompt to app era is saturated. We are building the, quote, administrative layer, a forward deployed CRM that gives you back 3 to 5 hours a day. Use Ami's text as live proof. Okay, so hell yeah, Ami. Shout out Ami, DJ Mura, Ami Yashimura. He's on my footy team for my Thursday league. Got my first match coming up on Thursday. Really excited by that. But I kind of onboarded him to the really early stage of the product. Another example of me not actually explaining what this thing does or is capable of. But he was excited by it, and he loved the voice ingestion. I digress. When we combine these things, it's going to be so freaking cool. It's going to be insane. But I would just reached out. I was like, yo, what would you want? What would you pay for? And he said, what I would pay for most would be some bot that would have context and all of my personal contacts and respond to people or pre-draft things to respond to people on text, on email, on all the comms platform, because I probably spend at least 3 to 5 hours every day just communicating with people. And it's bet we can do that. That's easy. So a forward deployed model, we would save that for Ami, 3 to 5 hours a day. Same thing we do with Bella, 3 to 5 hours a day. Same thing we're going to do with May, right? She wants to research content. You don't want to sit there and watch all the content all the time. Boom, throw it at your bot. Your bot will do it for you. It's easy. The prompt app era is saturated. We are building the administrative layer for solopreneurs. Ami is a founder. Shout out Ami. I'm in fucking Versi right now. I would not be here if it was not for Versi. So shout out to the Versi folk. This is probably the coolest community on the planet. Coolest group of people that there ever was. Sweet. So we're gonna build. The point is we have demand. There's latent demand that needs to be tapped into, and yeah, we're gonna get this cohort. We're gonna expand this cohort. You're gonna get people paying. Oh my God, it's gonna be so freaking cool. Did I just ruin my hair? Chat, what do we think? Chat? Yeah, whatever. Okay, what survived / wins from last week? The tech is invisible. Saying we shipped Parakeet, which is NVIDIA's on-device transcription model in the Yap app. That's true, but did we ship that last week? Oh, we fixed it last week. That's what it was. I messed up in my stand down. Yeah, so they updated the GitHub repo. So the latest version broke my app, and I had to fix it, which basically is what makes the transcription lightning fast. If I had my phone, I'd show you it word for word. It's basically in real time. But yeah, we solidified that we're going to just make that a front end for OpenClaw. That was a big win from last week. The funnel is live. Y.Lal is now up. A stranger can go and check it out. We're testing for the alpha cohort with meta ads. The wedge is locked. We want solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, coaches, maybe. Bella proving it. Took her workflow from 60 minutes down to 10 minutes. Insane. The content engine, right? Is it humming? We may have solidified the editor. It took her way too many hours to make one video, but basically I'm investing in her. She can learn what I want, then yeah, the first one's going to take the longest. We got to go through all the B-roll. We got to set up the caption style and this and that. But she learned a couple techniques and she picked it up pretty fast. So if we could do that, then yeah, we can really get this going. The board for this week. Okay, the public commitments. All right, I already did this, but I guess we'll go through it again. The more you say things, the more likely they are to happen. So if anything, that's one incredibly important reason to have these stand-ups with yourself. Actually, spoken word is profoundly powerful. If you have these stand-ups with yourself, then things are just more likely to come to fruition. So I'm going to max out my test cohorts this week. We have 15 bots running. I would count this as a serious 10. 5 of them, I was just oh, here's your Telegram bot. Good luck. And they're like, what? So we're going to get that up. We're gonna make sure that those that the cohort really satisfies the requirement. Entrepreneur, solopreneur, artist, creator, N of one, really. Although Ami has a team, it still validates, I would say. We need to hit the ceiling on my Mac Mini infrastructure. We need to max it out. Yeah, we want to get strangers coming in from the ads. Okay, this is the big one, actually. This is like a fucking monster. This one's probably hard for me. Like, I'm not even using my bot to its full capabilities. So I'm going to book those wins as I figure it out. I'm going to share them with you. But we need to bridge the gap between what people think they can do and what they actually know they can do with the tech. We need to productize the aha moment so people understand how to use it without me holding their hand. The onboarding is going to be paramount to this. We're going to have the bot introduce all the concepts to people as they go, but we got to figure out how to do that ourselves. We got to break the $0 floor. Bella, I'm sorry. I love you. You should not have told me that you would pay $75 for this, because now I'm going to have to charge you, and I'm going to have to charge everyone else. But you know what? We'll start with a discount. We'll be like, all right, $25. Because, I mean, I guess, yeah, now we are paying for API credits since Claude patched their thingamajig. Screw you, Claude. I think you royally fucked up with all this. Let the records show that I said this. You had a stranglehold. You had the best model. Everyone was using it in OpenClaw. All you had to do was take all of that data as to how people were using their OpenClaw and then build a product that does it. You could make it safe, sure, but you made it so people can't use your model. Like, I get you were losing a ton of money, but it's all subsidized by venture. I'm sure you could have raised another crazy round on that. Or here's a crazy idea. You and your infinite, your bottomless wallet. Why don't you invest some of your research capacity into making your models, I don't know, use less tokens, more efficient, right? The reason that DeepSeek is so cool and that low-key, like, China's fucking advantage in this whole race is that they got to be scrappy. They don't have the resources we do. You know why Taiwan is winning the semiconductor race? Because they had to win that fucking semiconductor race to survive as a country. They didn't have a choice. They have earthquakes. They have horrible weather. They have an island this small, population this big. But if they don't keep that semiconductor industry going, thank you, China is going to take you, right? And so we don't have that scrappiness in topics like, we'll just throw more money. No, learn to make your models more efficient. How about that? How about you spend some of your research dollars on that? You already have the best model. You make it cheaper to run? Like, hello? Am I stupid? Do I just not know how this works? Probably. I'm the common sense guy. Maybe I lack a little bit of common sense. What was I even talking about? Call yourself out on camera. You had a $75 commitment, charge for, oh yeah, we're going to charge $25. We're paying for API keys. Claude patched the thing. The VC pitch. All right, we got Jordan at 3. We got to make a fucking deck. I hate decks, but let's make it fun. Let's make it you. Let's make it why, right? Why don't we do that? And so part of it's going to be me saying that I'm going to tell the story of me doing this whole thing as publicly as possible. This is it. Like, I'm not pitching the guy. Thank God. I'm not fundraising or anything like that. I'm just, let's just say, exploring my options. How about that? Exploring my options as a solopreneur. We want to show that anything is possible. So fuck it, full transparency. I've never been that guy. I always want to be Steve Jobs. I am not Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs wishes he was me. Andrea Russo. Got it? Good. How do we explain the administrative layer and the solopreneur wedge to a guy who writes checks? Yeah, I mean, when I pitched Jordan way back in the day when I was working on LSD with Yevon Pranav, basically the only feedback he had, which was also like a feedback session, was like, you got to explain this like you're talking to a 3-year-old. Okay, he said 3rd grader, right? And so I think that this product is actually, it's way easier to explain. We can just show all the latent demand and how we plan to build and solve for that and instruct people from day one. And if we can show the distribution engine is there, we're golden. We get the slide with the Turkish guy, you know what I'm saying? We're good, we're golden. The YBot angle to highlight. Mention how this morning I literally called you out for avoiding the Bella link by trying to edit videos instead. Show them that the AI isn't just a yes man, it's an accountability engine. Yo, like, low key YBot, shout out you for that, because you are right. Record this, brain dump the chaos, and then let's actually send the link and prep for Jordan. Deal? I don't want to invoice Bella. I'll hop on call with her later. You know what? I'll make a deal. I'll say, I'll give you a discount since you're the GOAT, $25. Okay, cool. And then my daily metrics came in. You see how the all right, product demo, live product demo. I can't show you my screen because I'm just gonna photo booth. We're gonna keep it simple. Ain't nobody got time for this. I had my Ybot kick the daily metrics for all my users to me, right? So I have yesterday we got 42 messages across 15 users, which I think is incorrect. It is miscounting that. But the total users is 16. I think that's counting me. 15. Like I said, we're about 10. Like I would say a lot of these don't really count because I didn't properly explain anything. I was like, here's a Telegram bot. Good luck. But we have some real power users coming through, and it's all the solopreneurs. It's insane. So me, number one, let's go. I use my thing the most, which is right, which is great because I'm the one running it. Like yesterday, for example, I set up my whole Instagram page. I had 9 posts to do. Boom, I was on the train to my family at Easter, and I was telling my bot to make the assets. That's insane. Like that's a leverage. Like that's time saved. I met this guy on that train who was really cool. His name was like David, it doesn't matter. And he was like older gentleman. He was reading the newspaper the whole time. We talked about the Artemis launch. And for me, it was like this wild moment that this guy was mega successful. He was like vice president, chair of something. I don't know. Super legit at, I think it was Goldman Sachs. Wrote a bunch of books. I was like, wow, super cool. But I was like, how much of your time every day do you spend reading? It's like way too much, most of my day. I don't have a TV, none of that. I'm like, wow, that's super cool. And like, there's me, and I'm just texting my bot, like, go make me this asset. Let's go. Let's launch a business, right? It's just like the old world, the new world. Not to say that either is wrong. That guy was a real gentleman, very nice. But it was just an interesting realization for me. So I'm number one power user. Let's go. Yesterday, Maya used it quite a bit. Her bot broke, but we want them to be breaking. We want people to be complaining that they're breaking because that means it's working. Maya, another solopreneur. She's going to be launching her app, hopefully quitting her job soon. Shout out Maya on that. Roscoe, he sent a bunch of messages yesterday. Roscoe's not really a solopreneur yesterday. He's a really interesting case. Roscoe's the child prodigy who was intern with us at LSD. I think he's a sophomore in high school now. CTO of his company. Super cool. Love Roscoe. He's using it. Bella, real power user. Number one, freelancer, solopreneur. Hell yeah, we talk about Bella a lot. Brooke, another one. Brooke was like, I wanted to do all these things, but I don't know how to set it up. And I was like, bet, we're going to have a session. I'm going to get you wired. We're going to get it connected with your Google Drive, your Notion, everything you need. Another solopreneur. She's launching Styly, a really cool iMessage clothing assistant. Helps you buy clothes. We had a nice working session with her on Saturday, I think. So a lot of cool stuff there. May's using it. She's not really a solopreneur, but I guess like kind of fulfills the archetype. So she's been using it. Alex, definitely a solopreneur, entrepreneur, crazy. She's super cool, launching her own business. Basically uses it kind of like a smart to-do list, but it's not fully integrated with her calendar and none of that yet. Like these people are using the thing with like training wheels, right? And we haven't even told people that they can ride a bike. We haven't even told them that the bicycle exists and they're using it, which is crazy. Rithika, similar deal. Dom, similar deal. Shaden, similar deal. Wow, okay, going through this, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with me right there. With Ami, that'll put 11. With Paul, that'll put 12. We just got to support their use cases and explain how this works and like have these forward deployed sessions. And this is like, wow, okay. I'm glad we did this because like I got to walk into that Jordan conversation. Whoa, look at his hair. Like I know what's going on. You know, there's like old Italian women with the curlers in their hair. Yeah, that's better. But it's sweet. And we move. Ain't nobody got time to worry about this. I got to edit this. I got to get this out. And I got to get back to shipping. I got to edit my Yap video. I got to put that up and out. I got to hit up my my editor. We got to lock her down. And we go. All right, cool. I'll see you guys in the weekly stand down. Is that the cadence? Who knows? Thanks for watching and big things to come.